doing an oil change on my 2009 Chevy Cobalt, and this car currently has 324,001 mile on it, and this is a 5,000 mile oil change. So it's been 5,000 miles since my last oil change. I'm using the STP S90 18R oil filter and the STP high mileage 5W30 motor oil. And I'm also going to replace the cabin air filter. This is one of the most overlooked maintenance items that I found. Every time I get a car that I rebuild, or a brand new car to me that I get, when I look at the cabin air filters, they look like they've never been changed. So I like doing mine twice a year. All right, let's get started with the oil change. All right, first thing I like to do is drain the oil and get that started. And it takes a 15 millimeter. You want to make sure your engine is a little bit warm so the oil will flow a little bit easier. Oh yeah, it's a little dark, but probably not bad for 5,000 miles. All right, put the drain plug back in and tighten it up. Now you don't tighten these up crazy tight. Just make sure they're nice and snug. All right, pop the hood, and time to replace the filter. And the filter housing takes a 1 1/4 inch specialty low profile socket. Let's see what it looks like after 5,000 miles. Oh, really not that bad. It's not all deformed. I just did a 10,000 mile oil change on my daughter's Ecotec engine in her Saturn. And because it was 10,000 miles, the paper for the oil filter was all deformed and looked really bad. Usually I don't like going much more than 5,000 miles. All right, pop off the old oil filter. All right, get a little oil on it. Lube it up. It'll help it slip on. In one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to show some of my favorite upgrades and modifications to the Chevy Cobalt, and then add in the new oil filter. These oil changes only take about 10 or 15 minutes. It takes more time to drain the oil than it does do anything else. It is literally quicker to do the oil change than it would be to drive to Jiffy Lube and wait in line. So you don't have to tighten this up crazy tight either, just make sure it's nice and snug. Alright, now to add the oil, and we're done. I said in my upcoming video I'm going to do my favorite modifications and upgrades, and two of my favorites are this billet aluminum ZZP oil cap and this ZZP coil cover. Those are two of my favorites. Okay, add in the STP high mileage 5W30. I've been using this oil on this car since new, and it has 324,000 on it, so it's definitely held up. And I've done anywhere from 5 to 10,000 mile oil changes on this car and had no problems. Put in the comments how many miles your Chevy Cobalt has, or HHR, any Ecotec engine. I'm really curious. To install the cabin air filter, you pop the glove box out, and there's a little panel underneath there that you pull out. Oh, let me get the keys. To install the STP cabin air filter in your Chevy Cobalt, there is the part number. You open the glove box, and behind the glove box is a little access panel. Pinch in the sides, fold it down. Then right behind the glove box is this access panel, and there's 3 tabs. Just pull down the 3 tabs. And there is the cabin air filter. So these things are always disgusting. Every time I buy a new car, the first thing I'll do before I drive it is replace the cabin air filter. That way you're not inhaling other people's nastiness. Alright, these do have arrows on it showing what direction the air should flow. So the air comes from the outside. The arrow should be pointing down. Then you just close back up the flap. Squeeze in the glove box. Here is a closer look at this cabin air filter. It is truly disgusting. Nasty.